I'm going to show you this highly commercial, classic men's scissor cut, and I'm going to break it down in easy to follow steps. I'll start by wetting the hair down, and that's going to allow me a bit of control, so when I comb it back and pull the top out of the way, it sections very easily. The first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull sections out from the side. So when you're taking your sections, it's a good idea to take sections in order so that you have a plan for your haircut. In this case, I'm starting at the front and working my way towards the back. Each section I pick up is going to be about the width of the comb, so I don't want too much hair in my section, and I'm going to hold my fingers completely vertical to the side of the head, so that's up and down. This isn't a very refined method at the moment, it's taking the length of the hair down, and in the next step we're going to refine that. So this is really just length removal at the moment. Once you've got to the back on those sections, comb all the hair down, and then we're going to take what's called horizontal sections. So side to side sections. Here you can see a pattern that I can follow. So I'm going to slide the scissor in, pick up the hair with the scissor, put the comb underneath, and then cut across the spine of the comb. Because I already took my vertical sections, there's not a lot of length to be removed. This is what you would call cross-checking. So it's a cleaning up of work that I've already done. As you get down towards the ear, of course, there is some length to remove because our vertical sections didn't go down that far, but that's fine. You can get this on the horizontal section, and it's a lot easier because you've taken the length down from above. On the ear, make sure that you place the comb in front of the ear when you're cutting. And then when you're doing the fine tuning, slide the back blade down the ear and just cut away from the ear. So I can just step over now and carry on those horizontal sections down towards the ear. You can see at the back here, this has actually gone dry, so a little bit more water on there because I like to have control. I want to comb the hair down and keep it there. So there. And then that means that it's staying in place so that I can get my scissor down and cut down that line. Be careful not to cut inside the hairline at that point. Let's pull all the back down now and section this across the top. That means we can go back to vertical sections now and cut all these sections across the back, just like we did in the side. For anyone who's wondering about these scissors that I use, these scissors have a swivel on the thumb, and I find them really easy to work with. I quite often see barbers getting their fingers or their thumbs into all kinds of new positions on the scissors, but these scissors allow for basically any thumb position because the thumb swivel just moves with you. They do take a bit of getting used to, but I love them. Of course, I'll drop links for everything down below in the description. Let's go back to horizontal sections now, and on the ear, make sure that when you're cutting around this area, the comb is covering the ear. This is just a safety thing. It stops the ear getting caught in the crotch of the scissor. That could just cut the ear, so if we keep plastic in between the scissor and the ear, that keeps it safe. And just make sure that you're cutting along the spine of the comb. So work your way down, and what you'll notice I do is as I'm cutting my way down, I move the comb and scissor combination down the head, so I don't pick the hair up and pull it back up to where I was. I'm moving my way down, even down at that fluff on the neck, I go all the way down to the bottom. If the hair's drying out, make sure that you keep it wet and just keep working your way down towards the bottom. Now, if you're interested, by the way, I do teach barbering on Udemy, and I will leave links for that down below as well. I've got a couple of courses on there, and there is a few free lessons as well, so you don't need to sign up to see that, but go and check it out. With this method that I'm using, this scissor over comb, all the skill is actually in the holding of the comb. You'll notice that I flip it with my thumb and forefinger a lot, So getting used to that, holding the comb like that and flipping it, that's the real trick. It can be a little bit awkward when you first try it, but keep trying, keep practicing. I think when you do about 10 haircuts like this, you probably start getting quite proficient at it. So carry on right round to the other side, and then we can cut the top. So we already had a part in there, but I'm going to pull this back and I want to show you how to find the natural parting. So I've combed it back and I'm just going to push it forward a little bit and see how it falls. That's how we know that there's a natural part in there. So I'm going to separate the hair there and I'm going to cut to that. I'm not going to disturb that parting now at all until I finish this haircut. So I'm picking up this hair and I'm going to over direct it back a little bit because I want this hair to be swept back when it's finished. So I can see the short hair from my sections at the side. I've over directed back and I'm going to cut to that. With my next section I'm going to step slightly further back. I can see the short hairs down at my fingertips and just cut up. And step back again a little bit. And keep working your way back. Make sure you're not staying in the same position each time you take a section. You're moving back a little bit. So that part done, now I'm going to go to the front and I'm going to start picking up sections here. I'm working from the front because I have all the hair combed to the side and that's easier for me. So I'm just picking it up, taking off a length that I think will be suitable. There's plenty of hair left for me to sweep this over or sweep it back. That's the main thing. So each time I take a section I can actually see the short hair from my previous section in amongst it. So I'm cutting to that. Just work your way all the way back. And eventually there's hardly anything to cut. So here on the side there should be a little bit of a disconnection here between the hair on the top and the hair on the side because I haven't actually cut that hair yet that's hanging over. There you can see there's quite a bit of length to be removed. If I pick it up you can see the short hair at my fingertips. So I'm going to cut the hair down to that. Remember it was vertical sections on the other side, so vertical sections on this side as well. We want it to be symmetrical. Brush all that back now, and I'm quite happy with the shape, but I'll dry it off so that I can do the little clipper work. When you're drying it off, I like to change between hot and cold, so I use the cold shot button on the hairdryer. This is a good idea because when you cool down hair quickly from hot to cold, it adds shine and it smooths the hair out. It also holds it in position better. Once it's dry, I'm going to check over my scissor work at the back. I often do this just to kind of fine tune the haircut a little bit. I'm not doing anything different to what I did before. I'm just checking it all over. Now, I don't want any really hard lines in my clipper work. What I'm doing is I'm going round the hair, looking to take off any woolly or fluffy bits. This is called clipper over comb. I just put the comb in and tease the hair out and run the clipper over it. You can angle the comb so there's a graduation into the longer hair. With this type of haircut, I think it's a mistake to be too bold with your lines. You know, crispy. Let's try and keep it a little bit softer. You always have to think of suitability for your client. Around the ear, I just put the comb in and tease the hair out. I don't want to go inside the hairline around the ear. This trimmer that I'm using, it's an Andis D8 and it has a little T blade on it. It's quite handy. It's not the hardest hitting, you know, it doesn't create really sharp close lines. And that's why I'm using this rather than the Andis T outliner, which I've got the blade set very close on. Trimming away the neck hair is a great joy. It's like you're putting the finishing touches on a work of art. But make sure you keep it clean when you're working your way around. Don't miss anything. At the back of the neck, what I'm doing here is I pull the comb down to the hairline and trim away any hair that's sticking out. So the teeth are bang on the hairline, and then cut across. Get rid of all of this. And repeat the exercise on the other side. Tidy up everything on the other side. Now here's our finished look. Tell me what you think. Do you like it? I think it looks good. It's highly commercial. This is great for a guy who's working in a professional job. It looks clean, it looks smart. It's a very popular haircut that you would have in the barbershop. Hit me with any questions at all. Tell me if there was anything you didn't understand in the video. I really hope you enjoy trying these techniques out and they are useful for you. If you would like to see a different method of scissor cutting, click this video here. Until next time, I'll see you in my next video.